Shoot now, goes up the middle, 10, shoot past the 5, shoot, gets to the end zone, touchdown, Campbell County, touchdown, Tuffy, shoot! You got to tell your offensive line, get me 2 yards right here. There's the snap, direct snap to Miller, he's got touchdown, Campbell County, touchdown, Ethan Miller on the direct snap. Great play calling all the way around right there by Campbell County. Great play calling, great execution by the Cougars. We got ourselves a game. Bear now under center on first down from the Cougar 28. Long snap count. Bear there will give it to Eskridge. Quarterback sack!
Man in the backfield.
By Campbell County's Andrew Evans. How about Andrew Evans for Campbell County? Evans, the 6'2 sophomore, sacked Eskridge. All on Mike Keith, a 10-yard loss. 2nd and 20 now for the Hawks. 1 minute to go in the game. Campbell County driving from the Cougar 6. 55 seconds to go. Campbell County now checks the wristbands. Oh, Campbell County.
You're okay.
Lots of seconds going off the clock here. Shoot now will keep it off the snap. Shoot 5. Shoot gets in. Touchdown, Campbell County. Touchdown, Tuffy, shoot. Cougar still in business here. We'll give him a 7-yard scamper. Back live at Campbell County High School inside the Ron's Golf Carts will follow. Final score, Campbell County falls tonight. Your final score here at Campbell County High School, Hardin Valley 26, Campbell County 20. It was really an exciting game, a game that went all the way down to the very end here at Campbell County High School. The third quarter started off with Hardin Valley getting the ball after the kickoff from Campbell County to start the third quarter off. Hardin Valley went 3 and out, punted the ball to Campbell County. Campbell County, with 9:54 to go, took over on their own 35-yard line, which would end up being their best field position of the night. Punted the ball after 3 and out. And then Hardin Valley took over with 9:04 to go in the third quarter, went all the way down to the Campbell County goal line, turned the ball over on downs after a huge goal line stand by the Cougar defense. Campbell County then took over with 3:21 to go in the third quarter. They had to punt the ball away after a drive that started on their own 1-yard line. Hardin Valley would eventually get a field goal as that drive with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That would give them take them to 20 points. And then Campbell County in the fourth quarter, 2 scores. They scored late in the fourth quarter. They started on a drive that started on their own 34-yard line with 9:05 to go in the fourth quarter. The touchdown was good. The point after was good as well. Hardin Valley was held. They scored a touchdown. The point after was no good. They scored 6 points. And then Campbell County scored again under a minute to go with about 46 seconds to go in the game. They to get to 20 points. Once the drive started on their own 28, Hardin Valley, though, recovered the onside kick, took over 1st and 10 on the Campbell County 49 with 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. They ran one play, then took a knee, took victory formation, and Campbell County loses tonight. Tough one here on Homecoming 2011, 26-20 here to the hands of Hardin Valley. A game that is really a game that Campbell County was in, a game that Campbell County was in position to win. Campbell County just comes up short there here at home against Hardin Valley. Again, Hardin Valley now goes to 3-1 overall, 2-0 in the district. Campbell County 0-3 in the district, 1-4 overall. Again, Campbell County goes to Clinton next week, and Hardin Valley hosts Knox Central the next week after that. Penalties tonight for Campbell County. Okay, they had 4 in the second half for 20 yards, 4 for 20, and they finished the game 6 for 50 yards on the night, penalty-wise for Campbell County. Hardin Valley had several penalties late. The penalties actually on Hardin Valley really kept Hardin Valley in the game. When you think about it, they had 2 15-yarders late in the fourth quarter, and unsportsmanlike conduct and a pass interference call that kept Campbell County in it. And then even in the third quarter, they had a 15-yard face mask. So that's 45 yards. 45, 55, 65, 75 yards of penalty yards in the second half alone for Hardin Valley. They finished the game 100 yards penalty on the night for the Hardin Valley Hawks. They had 2 in the first half, 2, 4, 6. They had 8 in the second half, so 10 for 100 yards penalty on the night for Hardin Valley. Campbell County, and again, Campbell County falls tonight. The final score, your final score is 26-20, Campbell County. A tough loss here on Homecoming 2011 to the hands of the Hardin Valley Hawks. So Campbell County again will go on to Clinton next week, and they'll take on the Dragons. And Clinton was playing out of district tonight. They were up at Knox Central, Kentucky tonight, and so we'll see what that score is a little later on. Back live inside the Rollins Golf Cart Follow-Up post-game show. Final score, Campbell County loses tonight 26-20. Adam brought you out of retirement tonight. Your thoughts on the game that we just witnessed?
Well, if you're an outsider, it was a fun football game. It was a good football game. A lot of penalties, but still, it was a team that's on the rise. They're really, really close in Hardin Valley, and a team that's on the rise, and we've got a little bit more work to do in Campbell County, but we're going to get the work done. You could just tell that what I'm most pleased about is last week, there's no other way to put it. It was an ugly loss. It was a bad loss. We didn't play good. No parts of the game played good. And this week we came out. It seemed like we put it behind us. We could have easily quit after the 2 turnovers, after the 14-point lead that they had. We didn't quit. We kept fighting. The only thing you ask for in a football game is a chance to win at the end. That's exactly what Campbell County had. Onside kick. It went 10 yards. You gave yourself a chance. The guy fell on it, made a good play, and that's how football is sometimes. Disappointing nonetheless. You see Coach Price out there, on the field just, he's just telling his players, stay with me. Stay with me. And the players are going to stay with him. The community's going to stay with him. I saw him get stopped, coming, up to the bleachers at least 4 or 5 times from just random fans, shaking his hand, patting him on the back. It's good to have community support. We've got community support.
Well, Campbell County was much more disciplined penalty-wise tonight, 6 for 50 yards compared to Hardin Valley's 10 for 100.
Yeah, we talked about it the entire game. Just it seemed like every time we tried to let Hardin Valley win the football game, Hardin Valley didn't want it, and it almost cost Hardin Valley. It really did, and it's a tough loss. There's no other way to put it. It's a tough loss. You don't like any losses, but you got to keep looking on the bright side. Slowly but surely, we're going to get there next week. I don't want to overemphasize it because it is just a regular season game, but next week's big, and I think you know that. I think the coaches know that, and I hope the community knows that, and I hope we come out and support the Cougars because it's an easy drive to Clinton. They're going to pack the house. They know it's a must-win for them. I think, honestly, to make the playoffs, it might be a must-win for Campbell County.
No reason why folks shouldn't make that drive down to Clinton next week and get to the stadium down there.
Always a fun game. Clinton. It's always a good rivalry. In any sport, baseball, basketball, football, girls basketball. So hopefully we'll pack the house down there at Clinton and to beat the Dragons.
First time here inside the Victor Jennings press box in a couple of years. What do you think?
It's nice.
Couldn't have asked for a much better game.
No, it was a fun football game. It was a well-played football game. And, once again, I want to make a plea out to all the Cougar faithful. Come out next week, travel down to Clinton. Let's get a victory and let's beat the Dragons.
Absolutely. Now joined by head coach Justin Price as he makes his way here inside the Victor Jennings press box tonight. Coach, a tough one, one that you ran right into the very end of it. What's your initial thoughts on the game?
Just a lot of progress tonight. I seen we challenged our kids, Monday because coming after Karn's loss, I just felt like our kids didn't play to their potential and didn't showcase what the effort and all the time they've invested to it. But tonight, our kids played their hearts out, and I think looking back on it, we're a fumble, snap, and an interception away from putting this game away. Not just beating them, I think putting them away. That's why I tell our kids, get a little swagger, get a little confidence. She took a 6A program and should have beat them. And a team that, beat Bearden, who's 3-1, 32-0. And, you don't want to pinpoint on a couple of plays, but it was just we dug ourselves a hole. We fought back. But at the same time, we got to continue to get improved. And I know our players get tired of hearing about these steps that we take in this program. And that's why I told them I'm tired of talking about them too. But, when you put things in perspective, it all is part of this plan that we have, and this was just a huge step for us.
You've got to be impressed, I would think, the progress after the tough game last week versus where your squad came to tonight.
Yes, I do, and because Hardin Valley's a well-coached football team, very good athletes, and we challenge our kids to be better tacklers. And I don't know what Esser ran for, but I'd be surprised if he was much over 100 yards, if at all. And
that was one of the things we talked about in pregame. You've got to contain him, keep him, Adam mentioned, keep him 125 or less and a score or two, and we've done that.
And I thought we did. That what hurt us was the 2 turnovers offensively at the beginning of the game. And, but once our offense got rhythm, it's fun to watch because when we get in a rhythm, there's nobody going to stop us. And we found a schematic advantage to them when we started going quads, and we just kept giving it to them.
A lot of underneath stuff to Marshall tonight I thought really paid big benefits for you tonight.
Yeah, it did. We got to find ways. Right now we're not great at throwing the football down the field. We've got to be creative in ways to get in those windows underneath in that 5 to 10 yard range. And we were able to put them in some situation. Our kids responded well. and just very proud of them.
Coach, talk about the atmosphere that's been up here this week. It's been homecoming, just a remarkable crowd at school this week, and a remarkable turnout here through. How your players responded to that.
Well, I know just the places that I've been and the friends I have coach other places, there's no other place like this. I mean, the community pride and the spirit that we have right now is a lot of schools it's died out. Everybody thinks, they got some other things going on. And that's the foundation we've set here. And, not just us as a coach, our community, our administration, everybody. And we're going to win here, and it's going to take some time. It may be this year. I don't know. Maybe next year. But we're going to win here because you don't lose when you have the support staff and the community behind us. It just doesn't happen. You've seen that tonight. Our kids go to parade. Most people think it's a distraction. Our kids come out and play one of the best games they've ever played. And that's because when they see the community and how much this community appreciates these guys, as a coach, it makes it easier. We don't have to motivate them.
Adam and I told Adam during the game tonight that I thought if it don't happen this year, you're going to look back in 2 or 3 years and say, man, that 2011 year, that was a fun year, and that's when it all started to change.
Yeah, and like I said, we're heading in the right direction. I'm proud of the way our kids played, but they're disappointed. And, when you play a team 26-20, a lot of teams take it as a moral victory, and they're just happy to be there. Our kids weren't. And that's why I know, like I said, I think we got a bunch of winners in that locker room, and I'm excited about that.
Coach, you and I talked a little bit this week at length over, when those players get that first gut-wrenching loss, that tends to be a game changer in a lot of programs. Do you think you saw that tonight in that locker room?
I think it is because you look at Hardin Valley, it's the program that's, really taking themselves to the next level. They struggled a couple years ago. They were 1-9, and now they're, 3-1 last year, 7-4. And, sometimes it takes our kids believing that they can play with anybody in this area, anybody in the state, to play their full potential every night. And, I think this was a big step for us.
Justin, it was fun. Man, that was fun football to watch. Tough loss, but got Clinton next week. What's your initial thoughts on Clinton?
Clinton, they're big. I don't know if they won the night, so they were 0-4, 0-5. They're going through a lot of things we are. They're changing the staff, trying to change a mentality down there. But the thing about them is they're a good football team. But obviously, they're struggling this year, and we just got to be able to. If we play like we did tonight to our guys, if we play with the effort and we play fast and we prepared the same way we did this week, let's just see what happens because I like our chances.
Coach, we appreciate you coming up tonight talking to us. Gut-wrenching loss, but definitely one that no doubt a lot of people in this community have no doubt that you and your staff will take this and turn this around. And everybody, I've had 4 or 5 text messages just in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Everybody's still in, man. We're still behind you, and we're just along for the ride.
Right, and I appreciate it because, as sometimes you get up here on this hill and you feel like it's just you and the coaches and the players, but when we walk off this field and we see people in orange and blue and we see a community and a parade, it's as big as anything I've ever been to. It makes it easy. It makes us put in perspective what we're working for.
You and I with Tyson tonight. We'll go back to business casual next week. How's that? Thanks, Justin.